I outboxed the boxer. I think Josh Warrington said it best himself there in the post-fight interview, having relieved Lee Selby of his IBF featherweight crown. I thought at best somebody who was probably a little bit more of a believer in Warrington than your average Brit, that he was going to at least give the Welshman a competitive fight, but no, he was absolutely fantastic. Like he said, he outboxed the boxer. There was a feeling leading up to Ellen Road that this was just going to be some sort of interesting novelty for Yorkshiremen. They were going to see it, Warrington was going to lose, and it was all just going to dust over. But no, as soon as the first bell went, Warrington was backing up a bit. I was thinking, what's he doing? Pressure is the way forward. I would have been the wrong trainer. No, he was taking little backward steps, showing that underrated defense and neat little footwork. He was confusing Selby's range from the get-go. The boxer was unhinged. He was a little bit emotional, I think, Selby coming in, rapping on his way to the ring. And he was trying to hurt Warrington. Warrington was keeping his head just nice and clear, tunnel vision, good defense, confusing footwork, messing up the range of Selby from the get-go. And then, when Selby got too close, he dug his feet in and he was landing with those nice counter punches at the mid-range. Selby was quite easy to hit on the mid-range. His hands were down. He was getting clocked. You just had to admire the fact that Josh Warrington has shown he's a very good ring general. He might not be very powerful. He's a bit quicker than you think, and he doesn't do anything amazingly well, but fundamentally he's neat, he's got polish, and it all came together with a great game plan tonight against somebody he was a definite underdog against. He was favoured to lose, but no, he took this unusual, rare situation in Leeds, as I say, was just meant to fizzle out. He captured the moment, he fought very well. Selby, I think, will complain about clashes of heads. He got cut on one side with the head and I think on the other side of the head. But they were both in rounds that he was getting roughed up. They were a consequence of being forced on the back foot, of being made to be open. And when he was, even when Warrington wasn't hitting with the most clean shots, his head was up and it looked bad. Warrington was digging to the body. His punch selection's good. He kept at a fast rate, and at times Selby later on in the fight was looking to hold. He wasn't liking it in there. And I saw the Welshman start to shake his head. He knew his boxing was falling apart. He knew his boxing was poor. Again, I outboxed the boxer. You've got to take your hat off to Warrington. The narrative going into this was, it's all about levels. He's going to get outboxed. I ultimately, myself, hold my hand up, thought that was going to be the case. But no, he's shown all those nice little things about him. Really came together. A great game plan. Worked beautifully. When I first saw Warrington in 2014, I believe, against Rendell Munro, I saw he had that added polish, more than your average domestic British fighter, but he's shown it in a way tonight more than ever. Leeds now have their first ever world champion in over 100 years of Queensberry boxing. It's a massive deal. Massive congrats to Josh Warrington. Fair play to Lee Selby to going into the Lion's Den. You had everyone calling him a sheep shagger. All kinds of almost like cutthroat type gestures at him. He had his van kicked in after the weigh-in. He showed up, he put his belt on the line, he was bleeding, he wasn't happy with himself, but he made for a great fight. There was a hilarious post-fight confusion with Frank Warren calling Josh Carl, and then Paul Dempsey, the presenter, calling Carl Frampton Josh, confusing with the mics. I was laughing my head off, but ultimately a historic night. Josh Warrington has shown there is a lot more to him than just basic domestic level fighters. English title, British, European, and now world, IBF world champion, the first ever in Leeds. A massive thumbs up. A potential clash with Carl Frampton in the future, but for now, they can say it proud. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. The Leeds fans have really got something to shout about now.